Let's talk about the exciting world of Foodie Beauty. She was supposed to, she had announced that Tuesdays were her day off, but she ended up going live and she claimed she had this important announcement to make. Well, she was eating her Chick-fil-A and she has decided that when her lease comes time to renew, she is not going to renew it, but she doesn't know where she's going to go yet. I don't think that this was a choice. I think they told her they're not going to renew her lease because it would seem she's problematic. I'm sure we've seen her vaping in her apartment, and her apartment is strictly no smoking. So that would include vaping, of course. So people had contacted her apartment building because it's known, the apartment building she lives, because she doxed herself, as she always does. And she's also, people have, I'm sure, have sent clips of when that apartment is completely filthy. They've probably sent that into the management. And, before she disconnected the backup alarm on the scooter, all hours of the day and night, beep, beep, beep in the hallways and going to get her DoorDash up. And she's problematic. The way she just screams in the apartment at the cat, just screams out of nowhere. She'll go, pajamas! Just dumb stuff. She'll just yell out of nowhere like she's lost her mind, which I'm starting to believe she really has. She was so excited. She found this, I think at Loblaws, KD, which is craft dinner in Canada, KD ramen, but they only had the spicy kind. Now, I have never seen a 42-year-old woman that cannot figure out how to make ramen. She put some water, in this kettle to boil. She's trying to find a line on to which to fill the water. She completely removes the lid, which she was supposed to leave on there so the noodles could, steam in there. And then she realizes she put way too much water. So she continually tries to microwave these noodles to evaporate some of the liquid. So they were no good because she messed them up. She said, and she would not get them again because they were about $5 for one pack of ramen. KD ramen. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Then she decides she got this big family-sized shepherd's pie at Costco, her new favorite place, even though she complains about how busy they are. And she said she's paid $25 for this big, huge, family-sized shepherd's pie. Actually, it's like a cottage pie because it's made with ground beef. So she heats it up in the oven. She had already ate off of it once. She's going to eat off it again. She takes it out of the oven. She gets some, and she has to put some cheese with it. She keeps talking about cheese. And if you ever get a chance, get the mozzarella cheese from Costco. She has gotten so lazy that she cannot even say the full word cheese anymore. It's cheese. That's how lazy that she has gotten. It's ridiculous. She has the pie sitting there on the stove, and the cat proceeds to start eating out of this. She already had hers, but the cat proceeds to start eating out of this pie that's sitting on a stove. And when she's done eating, she doesn't want it to waste, so she wonders if she should go try to find someone if they'd like a meal, if any homeless people. That is one of the most disrespectful things you can ever do. Now, I was homeless for almost 5 years, my husband and I. And you would not believe the amount of times people were so disrespectful as to give you food that they have eaten off of. I mean, sandwiches that they take a bite out of. You could see the marks from their teeth on the sandwiches. Chicken bones sitting on top of a fresh piece of chicken, that they had their mouth on the bones on top of a fresh piece of chicken. Moldy. We even got moldy pizza before. And people love to clean out their cupboards and give you their stale crackers and stale potato chips. And, it's always nice to give a homeless something, but, treat them respectfully. Don't give them something you've eaten off of. That's not sanitary. I mean, let me make that choice. If I want to go dig through a garbage can to try to find something to eat, I'm making that choice. Don't just hand me something that you've ate off of. And that's what Foodie Beauty was going to do. Try to find a homeless person to give the rest of this to after she had ate off of it. But then she just makes a comment. She only likes to donate when it's convenient for her. So she decided, I don't know if she's going to throw it away or what, but she's not going to go find a homeless person to give it to, either way. And I am glad for that. She goes back under that stupid underpass she keeps hanging around. I don't know what her fascination with this underpass is. The other day, she said this older Jamaican man, and we did listen to the exchange when she was live, he was looking for a homeless gentleman that's been in the area because he wanted to give him some money. And of course, Foodie Beauty had to spin this too. Possibly this man was interested in her, and that's why he struck up this conversation, asking her if she had seen this homeless man. So now I can only wonder, is she going back to this underpass now, hoping to run into this gentleman again? Because why are you going so far from your home to sit under an underpass? It makes absolutely no sense. And while she's out, scooting on this path, this bike path, all of a sudden she has to turn the camera away from her. Excuse me, I have a huge booger in my nose, she says. Oh, this booger's so huge, it's hurting my nose. Oh no, people are watching me pick this booger out of my nose. The number of times she said booger was disgusting. And why would you announce that? Then we hear her trying to farmer blow, It was disgusting. And she has the audacity to talk about other people being gross. She is about the grossest person I've ever seen. And then one other point I wanted to make quick. That was about all for that live stream. But one point I wanted to make quickly was, the other day when she was on a live stream, the fire alarm went off in her building. And it came to my attention, she lives on the 19th floor of this building. And the chat had told her, well, hey, you better go to whatever you're supposed to do it. She says, no, it's fire department's just got to come and turn it off. If it's like a real fire, they will tell us to evacuate. And she says, it's not easy with me. I'd have to, with the cat carrier, and get down 19 flights of steps. Now, in all honesty, not making fun of her, being dead serious right here, Chantal should not be living on anything over the first floor. Because if there was a real emergency where she had to get out of that building, there is absolutely no way that she could physically make it down 19 flights of stairs. Even though it's going down, there's no way. She did her standing challenge in her house the other day. She could only stand for 4 minutes and 18 or 20 seconds. So how would she make it down 19 flights of stairs? There's no way. And how would the firemen, like I say, not shaming here, but they can't pick a 400-pound woman up and throw them over their shoulder. She would be in some real trouble. So hopefully wherever she moves, she finds a first-floor apartment. And I wonder, and she has also mentioned she's kind of upset because Salah has told her now that he doesn't want to come to Canada because he has these successful businesses in Syria. So she's trying to figure out what are they going to do from here. If it's going to be such a thing that she finds somewhere cheaper to live in Canada that would enable her to go for a couple months at a time to go spend with him in the Middle East, or if perhaps he could come over and spend a couple months with her in Canada. I don't know. I think this marriage is over, really. I think for whatever reason, Salah is just stringing her along at this point. But let me know what you think.